ก็สวัสดีคุณพ่อคุณแม่นะครับทุกท่านเนาะนะครับวันนี้นะครับรู้หรือยังว่ามาทำอะไรกัน โอเคนะครับก็เป็นหนึ่งใน Summer Course ที่เราจัดไปนะครับก็2 ปีมาแล้วนะครับที่มี Group Leader ก็คือเป็นครูทีเนี่ยแหละครับผมเป็นคนพาไปเนาะนะครับตัว Summer Course ตัวเนี้ยครับผมมันจะเน้นเกี่ยวกับเรื่องของแนว Work Experience นะครับก็จะเป็นพวกการไปดูงานโดยในสายงานตรงๆเลยนะครับมี Industrial Expert นะครับแล้วก็มีคำแนะนำสำหรับการทำพวก UCAS นะครับพวกแบบการเตรียมพวก Personal Statement นะครับแล้วก็สำคัญที่สุดมันคือเรื่องของ Work Experience นั่นแหละที่มันจะทำให้เรามีโปรไฟล์นะครับของการยื่นมหาวิทยาลัยที่มันดีขึ้นนะครับตรงนี้นะครับเดี๋ยววันนี้ลองมานั่งฟังดูเนาะว่ามีรายละเอียดยังไงบ้างนะครับแล้วก็มันมีความเจ๋งอยู่บางอย่างนะครับเดี๋ยวเขาจะค่อยๆค่อยๆแคร็กออกมาให้ดูนะครับโอเคยังไงก็วันนี้นะครับเราอยู่กับคุณอลิเซียนะครับแล้วก็คุณชูนะครับผม2 คนจาก Investin นะครับผมโอเคเชิญเลยครับ
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Sawadika. So my name is Sue. So I'm the investing like a head of Asia, international partnership manager. So I'm actually going to let you know more about invest in. So I know every parents, every student here are keen to know our details. So I'll let you know our details. So basically, if you are parents, when you were age 15 to 18, or when you were at university age, you as a parent around that time, you wish somebody tell you what's happening in the work because you have no clue at that time. I see some people's nodding. Yeah. And also, when you now give advices to your kids, you're like feeling like I'm not from that professional. I'm not engineer. I'm not computer scientist. I'm not a banker. So how can I give advice to my kids whether this is the right career for him, or maybe whether he or she like the career? So you don't know. At every time, you wish someone from these companies will be able to helping you answer, helping you to teach them, helping you to talk to them what's happening day to day. So, and you as a teenager now, I believe you want those people to tell you how awesome to work for those companies. How do you get into those companies? Actually, how long do you need to work for per week? How many holidays? What's the staff perks? You want to know, but nobody from those companies able to tell you. You don't know how to get in. You can only imagine it, and that's the reason why investing is here to help. We established in UK 2012, and then we start to inviting all those industry experts to coming in to teach our students. So if you want to be a medicine doctor, you can see there's MHS medicine doctor in from UK. If you want to be a banker, you can see there's Deutsche Bank, there's KPMG, there's Morgan Stanley, there's PwC, there's Golden Sachs. Those people coming from those companies to come down and teach you. If you want to be engineer, you can see there's a Boeing, and also there's also Atkins civil engineer over here. The idea is basically trying to letting you know if those people made it to those jobs, you can learn from them and they are happy to teach you basically. So that's why we want to making sure you as a student, you as a parents, they know you both know what decision you make is a correct decision. You also want to know that is this able to boost my chance of success? Especially now with AI, you are 100% you are not 100% certain the job you go for, the industry you go for, how many things going to be automated by AI. You need to have some clue, but at the same time, you also have a fundamental problem. You don't even know those industry. So how do you know some things could be replacing by AI? Some things maybe not replacing by AI. So if it's replacing by AI, how many percentage of the staff going to replacing by AI? So the kids now are enter a very competitive world now, because back in your time, back in your mom's time, as long as you get a university degree, as long as you get a really good degree that is from good university, you are sort of enter the job. But now the job market is not like that way. The job market has changed. It's not just getting a degree can get into a job. It's also do you understanding what does the job takes? What does it expect it? What does the boss expect it from you? And that's why we have industry expert here in to help. So we decided sometimes some of you guys even come over here doesn't understanding what career you want to do. Maybe you ask your son and daughter, you ask them, what do you want to do? He say, no idea. What do you don't want to do? He say, no idea. I see some parents is smiley. The thing is, they are teenager. They have every right to say, I don't know what I'm doing because they don't even know the industry. So how on earth they know what I want to do? It's unfair for them. And also sometimes they just literally have no clue. They say, oh, I like this, I also like that. So because of that, we decided to developing a quiz for the students over here. So if you now have a chance, use your mobile phone to scan this QR code. Once you scan this QR code, you should be able to start to answer some of questions. So I'm gonna walk it around together with you. Are you enter these pages now? Are you also need to scan it? Okay, did you scan it already? Not yet. Okay, let me open it. Okay, let's do this career quiz. Scan this. Enter? Did you enter now? Great. Okay, when you start to enter the career quiz, I would like you to do one thing for me. Start to answer these questions. Select what's come to your first mind. Don't overthink it. Select what's the answer first come to your mind. So I'm going to do a random one here, but you should do a proper one, okay? You should do a proper one at your phone, okay? We established in UK 2012, and then so I'm gonna random select. All those first mind. Don't overthink it. Select what's the answer first come to your mind. So I'm going to do a random one here, but you when you're done, please making sure you type in the email addresses. So I'm gonna type test, but you can type your nickname over here. Also, for your email addresses, if you are not sure about putting down your own email addresses, putting down your TT's email addresses, so TT can receive your report if you wanted to do so. Or if you are happy to put down your email addresses, put it down, or put down your parents' email addresses. But making sure your email is not blocked for system email. Selecting your age. Let me know which school you are. I'm gonna do test. Which country you are? Submit it. Okay, cool. Put it down or put down your parents' email addresses. But making sure your email is not blocked for system email. So when you submit it, everybody else submitted now. You see, now I got an email. You should receive a report straight away at your email if you submit it properly. Is it still doing the test? You might. So what we do is like over here, if you can scan this QR code. Did you get your report? If you scan the QR code, you'll be able to start to answer some of the questions. And then once you submitted your online quiz, you should receive a report. Oh, mom is also doing it. That's good. Oh, okay. Gradually. Did you see it? You receive it. You might need to go to the spam because it depends on your Google setting, security setting. Oh, mom is also doing it. That's good. Don't worry. Oh, okay. TT. Oh, he'd be interested. All right, cool. Did you see your report? Yes, you got your report. So scroll down to your PDF. Did you get your report? Or is it? Oh, okay, take your time. Take your time. All right, cool. Oh, what's your result? Law. Oh, good. Yes, you got your report. So scroll down. Oh, well done. So I'm gonna use this report as an example. Is everybody all done? So for some reason, did you get it? Okay, can you text the email address of TT's email addresses or my email address instead? Oh, well done. So I'm gonna use this report as an example. Is everybody all done? So for some reason, did you get it? Okay, can you text the email address of TT's email addresses or my email address instead? PDF report. You scroll down, PDF report. Oh, health care. We do have that. We do have that trend. Why is it react? Yeah, Venus, you are. Cool. So don't worry, take your time. Is it what mom expected? Good. Did you get it? Yeah, and then if you scroll down, yeah, scroll up, you see? That's your report. It's in the attachment. Let me double check. Is anyone finished? Is your result okay? Is it quite what you think? Well done. Yeah. Yeah, and then if you scroll down, yeah, scroll up, you see? That's your report. It's in the attachment. How about your report? Let me double check. Yeah, okay, take your time. All right. So everybody is excited. Every parent is excited to know is this is a right career for me too. Okay, so you can see over here the reason why we do this career quiz is really trying to helping you understanding what you want. So usually in your email now you receive the PDF report. So they tell you what is likely going to be your direction. They also tell you what is the career job you can possibly consider. So like here, if you are law and politics, you can notice here, these are the jobs they suggested to you. These are the jobs they suggested to you over here. And then you will also see what you just did. There's a recommendation saying to you, oh, you can consider investing for law program, international policy program, or forensic science program as well. Then you also see the summary over here. Are you a planner or are you an innovator? The next step is where what it takes for you, very important. Because you know your direction, but you still didn't know how to heading towards that direction. Before you heading towards that direction, you need to know what you need to do. So this is a bit on the report. We actually say to you, they save some very good link for you. So for example, over here, they will tell you, say, you have a low direction. So let me explain to you, like in a detailed way, is that, oh, why is a law? Why is a lawyer? Why is a solicitor? Okay, why is a barrister? And what is the legal executive? So these are all different things. And then we also, what is a paralegal? We give you some advice. And we also give you some other links, like, you know, you can also see it is unusual for lawyer at a top law firm to work 12 hours a day. Yeah. So these are the things like also there's a day in the life in the barrister. There's a day in the life in a solicitor. So these are the things, to try to get you some ideas, basically. So, Olga, your report? What's your report result? Healthcare, so medicine related. Is it quite close? You are the low one. What is the month's result? I'm curious. It's okay. Oh, good, good. Yeah. So I remember you are also medicine result. Oh, law results. Okay. I know you're medical. Finance? What's your result? Yeah. Science and technology engineer. Happy parents? Happy? Cool. So this is the thing. So this is we trying to helping you understanding what is likely your direction, and most importantly is that how you now start to prepare for it. because that impact which university degree you choose, etc. So that's why I say like we design this, and now you have a direction. You notice, for example, someone is into medicine, healthcare. There's dentist, there's vet, there's medical doctor. You didn't know which one you go for. That's okay. We actually offer you 1 day on the weekend for online, and you can do it like 5 hours. But this is more sitting down. But at the same time, we also offer you summer. Summer is the key because summer is where you'll be able to really get hands-on experiences from those industry experts. Those industry experts were coming down. So as a medicine, healthcare, if you choose a medical doctor, you'll be able to guide it by the medical doctor and to teach you. And also we get you access to maybe UCL training hospital, London South Bank training hospital. As a lawyer, you got a chance to enter Supreme Court. You got barristers coming down, you got lawyers, solicitors coming down in different major. There's corporate lawyer, there's family law, there's criminal law. And that's why there's a forensic there. Because a forensic and law, criminal lawyer, they have to work together, basically. And then you also have an engineer. So engineering students, you have an exciting time that you be able to see the whole plan, and you have the British Airways engineer coming down to explain. You also enter the car plant. You got to know, understanding what is electric vehicle, what is a traditional like ICE vehicle. And also there's like a biomedical or biomechanical in as well. There's also civil engineer in to helping you identify your direction, basically. And later on, we're gonna try a very interesting taster session that is related to engineer, but also related to biomedical as well. Cool. So you can see over here, 1 week 24 hours, 2 weeks 50 hours, 2 weeks premium 65 hours. You'll be curious, like what is it? Why there's a differences between the two? So I'm going to explain to you. So these are our intakes. No matter whether you are 1 week or 2 weeks or 2 weeks premium, you're all starting on Monday, and you move into UCL single on-suite accommodation on Sunday. And you have a career choices. So these are 6 careers, these are 15 careers, these are 4 careers. You can choose one career, and you do either 1 week, 2 weeks, or 2 weeks premium, basically. And usually you finish on Friday, first week. And if you do 1 week, the next day, Saturday, 10 o'clock, you move out UCO accommodation. If you do 2 weeks, you move out on second week, Saturday, 10 o'clock as well. You move out your room, but if you still want to catch in the plane, you still need to use some facility, don't worry, you can stay in accommodation like lobby and content area as well. So these are the days for your references, and you'll be curious why the second intake has so many career. It's because state school in UK, they tend to finish around 24th, 23rd of July. That's where the British students also want to join in over there. So these are the typical timetable. This is where I'm going to explaining where's the hour differences. If you do 1 week, you literally start in 10:30 all the way to 5 o'clock and 5 days. So that's why it's 25 hours. But if you do 2 weeks normal, you not only have day one, first week Monday to Friday, second week Monday to Friday, but also on weekends, you have some social activity. So you have some like in the afternoon, there's some light like picnic in a nearby park, or some like a London walk tour nearby in a like small landmark nearby our like accommodation at UCL. However, if you are 2 weeks premium students, the Saturday and Sunday you will have to go to LSE. What does the LSE stand for? It's a good university. What does the LSE stand for? Good. I heard the answer, basically. So it's another good university. So that means in the first week, you are not only at UCL, but also in professional like hospital or like professional venue side, or like banking appointed like Landing 42, skyscraper building, etc., or conferences room. But also in the weekends, if you're a premium student, you go to LSE. So you have a top ranking university, world ranking university environment you are studying at. On the Saturday and Sunday, if you're premium students, we'll teach you, like, we'll ask you to do a psychometric test so that you get a report, and then report will tell you what is your advantages, where is the part you need to improve in, And also on a Sunday, we actually say to you, you can bring your own personal statement. And so that way we can have someone to correcting. We also have like professional people coming from LinkedIn, professional people like teach you about the CV and portfolio, etc. There's one thing very important for 2 weeks premium students is that you also get a chance to do the meet the university. So this year, the university we had is LSE and also UAL, and we also have Loughborough, and we have also people specialized in Oxbridge admission. So you got a chance to meet them, and you will be able to ask them directly, like the question you want to find out from the university, basically. So that's the reason why we do 2 weeks premium over there. That's why there's a differences. Saturday and Sunday you need to study. Okay, that's our differences. And also we also give like professional photo over here, and you notice 2 weeks premium students they also have to do a gala dinner. So this gala dinner is a chance to sit together with an industry expert. So imagine you sit next to a doctor who may be a gynecologist doctor, who maybe is a dermatologist doctor. You can asking her or asking him, how do I copy your experiences? Or maybe you sit right next to a banker or ex-banker or people who manage to work in a banking company. So you can ask him, so how do I be you? So you can ask them that question. That's the reason why there's a professional gala dinner over here. Okay, you also see that there's some like a lecture session. So this is like a how do you use AI to enhance your portfolio, etc. So those like soft skill that we think is critical for the future, for your kids' future, we will do that in the Saturday and Sunday as well. All right, so that's the differences. That's why you can see Thursday, second week, Thursday evening, you will have a gala dinner with a professional, basically. So 2 weeks premium, you have a weekend also study at LSE. And then like a second week, you can notice there's more hands-on experiences as well over here. Any questions? No question, I'm gonna move on, okay? Cool. So if you are asking any specific like program, later contact TT. He will share with you exactly what's the medicine program or law program going to be likely to be in the summer 2025. Okay. So the conclusion over here is that 1 week 25 hours, 2 weeks 50 hours, 2 weeks premium 65 hours. And 1 week students, you can get a certificate. 2 week students, you get a certificate plus a references later signed by industry expert. So this references later is like this way. The industry expert will sign over here. They will list it out what's the skill you did. For example, medicine students, you did some suturing, you did some blood taking, you did some vaccination, you did some patient consultation, and they will point it out how many hours you do. Engineering students, they will say like, what do you do in terms of skills? So you can see here, you mentioned like a flyby control panel, etc. So they will list the skill you did, the experience you have, in order to helping you apply for the university, basically. So I'll touch down more on that part. So you can see over here, is you will have the certificate plus references later. So 2 weeks premium students, they have one more thing, which is very critical for your academic study later on, because we're going to give you 8 points for your university application in the UK. I will explain in detail later on, but these are the things you'll be able to see. So this table is very important for you to understanding what's included in the program. Also, these are the accommodation details for you to understand what's also included as well. So just let you know, accommodation is definitely single ensuite. You don't need to share bathroom. You don't need to share a bedroom as well. And also accommodation come with a breakfast and dinner, basically. All right, cool. So we're gonna move on to next one is you enter our program, not only you are able to get the advantage of work experience, but also you have advantage to make friends with a lot of nationality students. So the main nationality is actually British students. In our program, there's 50% British students. There's approximately 50% international students. Within the international student, there's approximately 10 to 15% USA students. So you are able to making friends with like people who are native speaker. Because let's face it, English people, British people, American people, their native language is English. So if you want to make friend with British student, they don't go to English summer camp. They don't go to academic summer camp. They want to do something that is beneficial for them, and that's why we are quite popular among British students as well. And this year, summer 2024, we have 79 Thailand students. We think it's up and coming because there's so many good Thai international school is here, and then also good like a training center. They are teaching students like international curriculum, and they understand the advantage of doing investing. And I know some of the Thai parents also care about how's the proportion of Chinese proportion over there. So you can see it's quite balanced. We have 20% Hong Kong, Taiwan, China, and Singapore combined together as a 20% nationality over there. So it's actually quite balanced over here. So we do ask, because we have such a high proportion of native English speaker over there. So we do asking you for English level in terms of listening and reading for being 5.5. And you can provide us your GCSE or your A-level or your TOEFL or IELTS, or alternatively, you can do online English test. This English test is only 15 minutes, 1-5, less, taking you less time compared you eating a pad thai. Okay, so just do that test is easier. Okay, all right, cool. So as a parent, you also worry about, is my kid safe in our accommodation? So this is a thing to let you know our accommodation will have a center manager, we'll have a nurse with the staff with the medical training team. We also have a senior PAL, and under senior PAL is they will have each PAL to help. So what does PAL stand for? PAL stand for pastoral and activity lead. PAL is the person every parent will be very grateful. It's almost like a nanny. PAL has to bring students. Let's have a look at the timetable over here. PAL in the morning has to check, is the student now eating breakfast? Remember to register. So PAL do the morning register with you. If PAL didn't see your daughter or son like 10:30, still not yet come down, PAL will notify the center manager. PAL is also the person going to bring your precious son and daughter to the classroom. PAL then updated the status on the mobile phone app, so you'll be able to log in as a parent to know my kids is now in the classroom. Basically, you can see the status. Oh, one boy is like no, like just let you know, because it's better for your parents to understanding where you are, because sometimes you are out in the UK, your parents worry about you, and then the line message is read, no reply, and you call in, your mom worry. So that's why your mom will have access to a mobile phone app to understanding roughly, are you in a classroom or are you on the way to a classroom. So PAL is the person who helping all this. PAL also at the same time, in the evening, when your program finish about 5 o'clock, PAL collecting you to back to the accommodation. And then PAL later on also double check, did you finish your dinner? Did you then check in the dinner time? And PAL also double check, did you now go to bed? Did you check in again in the 10:30 at night? So this is PAL is almost like a nanny to helping your kids to navigate around London to do our classroom, basically. So that's why I say, you as a parent, you don't need to worry about PAL is not able to, you don't need to worry about, oh, my kid is alone in UK, who's going to helping him? PAL is going to helping you as well. So one more thing is that PAL also need to bring students for fun. So PAL also bring, after dinner, PAL bring you for fun. PAL might bring you to like having a moving night. So PAL make sure they bring you to the right cinema location, and then PAL make sure that he or she bring you back to the accommodation as well. So there's a safeguarding over here, basically. And PAL also the person who bring you Saturday and Sunday. If you are 2 weeks normal program, you'll be able to like he will bring you to see some sightseeing to be the location, basically. But it has to be in a group and has to be our organized one. But you also got TT. TT usually also in summer over there. So TT in the summer, if you have any question about Saturday and Sunday, you are not 2 weeks premium students, you are 2 weeks normal students, you want to go somewhere, or during the weekday, you want to go somewhere, TT will be able to helping you as well, basically. So we also now launching 19 years old to 24 years old program. So these are for elder age, but idea is we have an investment banking or entrepreneur program. They have the final 2 weeks, and this is our accommodation moving out time. But I know most of the students here are 15 to 18, so I'm gonna move on quickly. So ideally is like sometimes some of you guys saying that I have a friends or I have my friend's daughter or someone to join too, but they are not enough age. So this is a thing to let you know. If they are not enough age, but they travel with the parents, so maybe they're 14 years old, they travel with the parents, then that's okay. We can consider them to 15 to 18. If they are going to be 15 years old by 1st of September, then we can consider them to live in our accommodation. So these are let you know because today I know when you go back, you'll meet some of your friends, and then some of your friends like son or daughter might also interested to come because you want your kids to accompany by your friends son and daughter together. So these are things to let you know as well. So this is the most important bit now. We're going to talk about this UCAS. Is anybody understanding UCAS here? Okay, one nodding. No. Okay, we'll explain in details over here. So what is UCAS? I'm going to explain to you. UCAS is an official application form for the UK universities. So if you are going to apply for UK university, no matter you apply for Cambridge or Oxford, you have to apply through UCAS first. And you do your own university assessment later. If, for example, this is King's College London, AI program, they can see over here, the university actually say, please apply through UCAS. Also here, this is a Cambridge. Cambridge also say, please submitting your UCAS. You apply to Cambridge through UCAS. That's a very, very obvious first sentence over here. So UCAS is basically university application platform, basically. All right. So we are the only summer provider for summer 2025 for your student to finish 2 weeks program or 2 weeks program and pass the assessment. We'll be able to award you a ATHE level 3 work experiences in and career planning. And that is approximately 8 points. So I'm going to asking someone who's good at math to tell me what is the difference between A star and A in terms of points? 8, well done. What is the difference between Scottish higher between A and B? What's the differences? How about you? What's the differences between 33 and 27? 33 minus 27? 33 minus 27. Yes, well done. So 8 points are able to cover up. So I am also going to asking you, did everybody play Mario game here? Okay, you know the Mario, right? Character. What does Mario did after eating mushroom? Bigger. That's the point. Power up. Bigger. So that's the thing. Investing is helping you to power up your application. These 8 points are showing the university that I already get 8 points. I know what I'm going to do. I actually have some experiences already. And I'm actually like powering myself up to trying to apply for the UK university as well. You can see also IB. If you did IB, higher paper 7, higher paper 6. What's the differences between the points? 56 minus 48. The engineering students, can I? Yes, well done. Yeah. So also here, BTech, if you do BTech, can you tell me what's the 3 distinction star and 2 distinction star and 1 distinction? What's the difference between 168 minus 160? 8 points again. So you can see the gap is almost between top grade. It's always 8 points, 8 points, 8 points apart. Top grade are 8 points apart, basically. So that's the reason why we are trying to give students some opportunity to get the 8 points. And so that way, when you apply for university, university can see as well. So everybody tell me what's the deadline to apply for Oxbridge? I'm pointing at the answer. 15th of October is the deadline. So deadline to apply for what? Oxbridge and medicine and vet and dentist and a lot of competitive program as well. So when do you take your A-level and IB test? Can I ask you? May, June, well done. So when do you submit your application? October or 29th of January. So you submit it before you even take the test. So university are have to reading your school report, predicting grade, and also your past performances to judging are they going to give you a conditional offer chance. And by joining Investing, we power up because you show the university you've done so many things and you are determined to join this program. So that's why we give these 8 points for a reason. And also to give them the nice experiences as well. So I'm going to tell you some good news because we were getting the data from the UCAS. This is this year's 2024 Thai students application rate and conversion rate. Thai students have outstanding quality. 57.65% of students got accepted to UK university. Very, very high because average certain country are 30% only. So if you look in Thai compared to rest of the one, let me show you. Look at Malaysia, 60%. Thai is not far. You can also see all here compared to other countries. So that means if you apply for you at UK, you have a higher acceptance rate because Thai students' education quality are good. The UK university are considering Thai students, Thai education training system students. So for you who are very good at math, you will think about it. It's like, oh, if I apply for a certain country, the acceptance rate is lower than 50. But if I apply for UK destination, the acceptance rate is higher than 50. You know which one you go for. Basically, you're gonna go for some backup option, and then sometimes you can also go for challenging option. You can apply for both, basically. So that's why I say like this is a good news for every Thai students, every Thai parents here. If your kids apply for UK, that's a very, very positive figure, 57.65%. Malaysia was 60%, not far apart. Singapore is actually 43.5%, basically. So actually, it's a very positive news over here. I also see parents is smiling now. Okay, one more thing is that if you join Invest In, UCAS in the future is going to change. They're going to change in the personal statement to each question. Like for example, the first question they're asking you, why do you want to study this course or this subject? You need to answer this. They are not going to, they actually specifically point out, I want you to answer this. Tell me, I bullet point it down. Please tell me about your answer. It's not in the like part like now. Now you have a essay, a blank, and you type whatever words you want. Now, now they become more sophisticated because top university and top program, they want to selecting the right students. So therefore, they developing, UCAS now going to change for September 2026 submission. They say, I'm asking you this question. Can you please provide me your specific answer addressed to the question? So also here, the second question, they will say, how have you qualification and studies helping you prepare for this program? Again, they're asking you specific question. Do you have a relevant education achievements to helping you? And investing is one of it. You can mention about it. And the third question is much, much relevant to investing as well. What else have you done in order for you to think in, like for you to apply for our university and for me to consider you? Because applying for top university is basically you need to tell the university how good I am, how I'm going to impact you, and how I'm going to helping other classmates in the same classroom to be able to send, we are in the same mindset, sharing the same mindset. So you have to sell to university saying, pick me, pick me. But how did the university pick you? Is basically university need to understand details. So you see, they're asking you, do you have any relevant like work experiences or volunteer experiences? So this is the bit investing can really help as well. So that's why we're thinking that if your students are able, if you are students or if your parents are thinking about sending your kids over here, you wanted to know like on top of work experiences, my kids can understand in what to do, and on top of that, they now get academic advantage. Also, how are they going to help in them apply for university? So these are the key things we narrow it down basically. If you are applying for USA, the journey is actually much longer. But even for USA application, Investing can help. There's a reason why Investing has nearly 10% to 15% USA students fly from USA to join our UCL London summer program. So if you look in the USA application, use your SAT, ACT, GPA, AP, these are all academic. There's extracurricular activities, which, for example, MIT, 750 hours plus. You also have a specific high school curriculum. For example, Harvard University say very loudly on their website, they want someone study 4 years math, physics, chemistry, science related. On top of that, they want someone to study 2 years history. But they say in the website they prefer 3 years. And it has to be including USA history, European history, and international history, no matter you are applying for science or non-science program. There's also portfolio. There's also special requirement, depends on the university, colleges. So you can see Dartmouth saying like, I actually want a peer recommendation. So these are the things that USA application for. But there's one thing very important. They always ask you about supplemental essays. Supplemental essays like this way. So for example, they will say, please complete college-specific questions and supplementals. So these are all good universities over here. So you're coming down over here. So for example, Brown was saying like these are the details I want you to tell me about it. You can see they're actually calculating the words as well. Some of the colleges, their supplemental already start to asking you, tell me what's your career goal. I want to know more about you. I know I'm awesome university. You need to tell me how good you are or how well you prepare or what's your motivation? What's your can you accept the challenges? So these are the things they want to someone already understanding what it takes to get into a good career, a good university, because they want to make sure they find the right candidates, basically. So applying for USA, you can see they are similar to UK. They're always asking you some extra things, basically. Any questions over here? Good. Yeah. So that's why we were saying that even now, if you study like USA AP, or you study SAT, or you study like different curriculum, top university are actively looking for good quality students that not just good at academic study, but also good at other things. So University UCL, another good university, they actually say you don't need to study A level or GCSE. You can also use AP to apply for our program as well. They are also actively attracting people who are doing American qualification or Australia qualification, Canada qualification. So your competition is actually slightly globalized as well. And that's why with investing program, we believe not only we're helping your student to have the experiences, to understanding what's the career direction they're going to take, we give you the cutting edge for the A points in terms of UK application. Also, on top of that, we give the experiences for you to be able to answer those questions. So these questions are not easy to answer when you were a teenager. You have to really think very thorough as well. And so that's why this is where investing come handy, basically, over there. So a lot of you were asking me how difficult is the assessment? If my kids do 2 weeks program or 2 weeks premium program, how I'm making sure my kids passing the assessment? Because I mean, let's face it, I'm happy to sponsor my kids, but also want to make sure my kids is preparing for the right direction. So this is a thing. The first section, we're actually asking students, please write a reflective diary. So Monday, what's your work experience feeling? Monday, maybe you learn suturing as a medicine. So what do you feel about it? Tuesday, you as an engineer, yeah, you maybe go to see the civil engineer, Boston Impala side. Then we're asking you, so what's your feel? How do you feel? And what's the action you're going to do? So we're actually asking a reflective diary about how you feel each day and what's the action you're going to do after. What's the knowledge you learn? So the first section is about reflective diary from day 1, Monday, to day 10, second week, Friday. The second section, we're asking you what's your career goal? What's your goal 1, goal 2, goal 3? And then the third section is saying, please give me your action plan. So now you understand the experiences. you also understanding your goal. So please tell me what you're going to do after. You can't just say, okay, I understanding how what does civil engineering do. I understand what does a biomechanical engineering do, and understand I want to be a biomechanical engineering at maybe at certain companies. So where's your action? So the third section is about now you have experiences, you understand your goal. Can you please tell me specifically what's your action going to do after? And that's the bit like you'll be able to also helping you to answer the personal statement questions and also the USA supplemental essay question basically. So we're helping you. So the summary over here is that we have two programs, one program for adult, the other program is for 15 years old to 18 years old. We have 15 careers over there for 3 intake, either July or August. And if you are not sure about your career, you want to do 1 day trial online in order to selecting which career to go for, you can do our weekend online as well. But just need to warn you, weekend online is gonna be UK time zone, so you'll be Thailand quite late over the time, basically. All right. I'm also going to do a really quick summary because I know a lot of parents and our students want to get extra A points. But I need to tell you, say, if you want to do extra A points, you do need to join either 2 weeks program or 2 weeks premium program. And then for 2 weeks premium program, you don't need to pay extra test fee because it's already included. But if you are doing 2 weeks normal program, you do need to pay extra test fee for the examination center, basically. Okay. So the conclusion here is that the fundamental thing is we're trying to give your kids an ultimate work experiences. We're trying to let you as a teenager to experience those jobs, to understanding, do I really want to be a fashion designer? Or do I want to be like a dentist? Do I want to be a medicine doctor? Or do I want to be a lawyer or engineer? If I want to be a lawyer, then am I going to be a barrister? Am I going to be a solicitor? Or which one? Am I going to practice family law or corporate law, basically? So these are the things for that. So I'm actually going to pass over to my colleague. Any question over here? Good. Because like if you if you any question, don't worry. TT. He's been with us for like 3 years. Each year he bring the students over there and the students are amazing as well. Cool. I'll pass it to Alicia.
Hello, how's everyone doing? All right, yeah, fantastic. As she said, my name is Alicia. I'm the Program Management Associate Director here at Investin. So what that means is I look after the program team. So where she was showing you the timetables earlier, my team creates all of those timetables, and they do that by working with the experts that we have in each field. So a large part of my role, I've previously run the doctor program and the psychology program and the forensic science program. So what I would do in my day to day is I would be talking to doctors, talking to psychologists. We would have quite long meetings, brainstorms on how we can create the most authentic and up to date simulation of the job. The main difference, I guess, between kind of those academic programs and what you learn in school is, for example, with medicine, if you're learning biology from a textbook and you're reading about anatomy, is a very, very different thing to what we do, where we take you into a hospital and we let you take blood from a prosthetic arm and we let you shadow a ward round and then you get to lead your own ward round. So you talk to patients who are lovely, lovely volunteers, and you get to actually diagnose, take their patient history, and have those conversations. So it's a little bit more hands on, quite a lot more hands on, I would say. These are just some photos from our summer 2024 experiences. So Titi was there with us. You can see here we've got architecture over in the corner. Which one's the pointer? Oh, perfect. So this lovely young lady is making a scale model. So you get given all of the resources, and a professional architect has talked her through here sustainable architecture. So they're retrofitting a building, essentially, an intervention into a building. Some other highlights, we've got a Blender workshop happening here. If anybody's interested in computer science, we look at a few different softwares, Python, Unity, Blender, Figma are just a couple of those. This is Hank. He is a student from Hong Kong and he created this wonderful painting here. This is at one of London's really iconic art venues. It's Leek Street Arches in Waterloo. So you can see in the background we have a lot of mural painting. Our dentists taking each other's impressions. We didn't force them to do that to each other, they volunteered. We do have phantom heads where they actually use the models, but you can see they're all scrubbed up there. And then this is our engineering program, who are over at a working airfield. And this man here, Josh, he runs the apprenticeship program for that. So the students are getting a deep dive into engines on that program. Ooh, have I gone forwards or backwards? There we go. A few more just so you can see. Forensic science, they're analysing a crime scene. This is our fashion program. Here they are learning how to drape, how to make kind of your mock fashion design before you make it out of the real fabric. These are our entrepreneurs who are pitching their design to venture capital investors. Filmmaking over here. This was at one of our studios, so they're creating their short films. And then politics, quite a few people in the room got law and politics. This young lady is taking part in our US election day. Very topical with the election coming up next week. I know I've been listening to a lot about it, but she has essentially run her own campaign and then gets to practice her public speaking, and everybody votes for who's going to be the president. Sports psychology. Anybody interested in psychology at all? I'm biased. I love the psychology program. But on this day, we go to Arsenal Football Stadium and we learn about sports psychology. On a couple of the other days, we touch on clinical, forensic, educational, just about every form of psychology under the sun. We've got our bankers who are trading the London stock market live. Our doctors down here, if you're interested in medicine, this is Dr. Anika Sharmila, who she is a GP practice, and she's doing her final year training before becoming a consultant, so very, very experienced. And this man here is a robot, but he is a very advanced robot. The technology they use to train doctors and nurses at this hospital. And the robot can simulate a lot of different conditions. So the robot can have a heart attack, it can simulate anaphylaxis, it can have an allergic reaction, and you can feel its pulse, the temperature of the body changes, it blinks, it breathes, it talks. So on this day, it's quite fun to watch. The students get to practice responding to an emergency situation. So it's a little bit more stressful than maybe having a normal patient consultation. But this is where we find out who is ready to be an emergency doctor and who really enjoys that. Our young lawyers are at the Supreme Court here, all ready in their wigs. You do have to wear the wig for certain cases if you are a barrister. Unfortunately, they're not that flattering, but it's part of the UK process. And then our young vets as well up in the top corner. This is their farm day. So they're looking at being a farm vet, which is why they're surrounded by sheep. On the other days, we do go into small animal practice with cats and dogs. We also look at reptiles, exotic animals as well. So quite a comprehensive program there. Just a bit of a recap about summer 2024. So I've worked with Investin. This is my fourth summer, be my fifth summer next year, and it just gets better. Personally, I think every single year. This year was our highest feedback yet. So we averaged an 8.6 out of 10, which is absolutely fantastic. That's across all of our programs and all of our intakes. One of our programs even got a 10 out of 10, which has never happened before, which was fantastic. So it's great to see the students having a really good time. We did have nearly 2,400 students this summer, so quite a lot of students. Luckily, we had the wonderful Titi to take care of some of them, and myself and all of the rest of the Investin team and our safeguarding staff. But 96% would recommend to a friend. And again, on one of our intakes, that was 100%. So some really fantastic feedback from this year. And then my personal favorite, if anybody's heard of the theory of change in education, essentially what we do is we try and measure the student's progress from the beginning of the experience to the end. So at the beginning, we'll ask you, how confident do you feel about your career? How confident do you feel that you want to be a doctor? And then at the end of the program, we'll ask you again and we'll see how that's changed. We also ask you how knowledgeable you feel about taking those next steps. At the start, the figure tends to sit around 40%, 50% feel knowledgeable and feel confident. And by the end of it, we had that number up to 82% and 95%. So quite a dramatic change. And I think that works in both ways. I mean, she was talking about the career quiz, thinking about what do I want to do in the future. And it's so difficult because you have your whole life ahead of you. Like, it's fine to not know what you want to do. That's part of the reason we were founded, is because we want to give you the resources and give you the opportunity to try your career, test it out, and see if it is for you, and what specific role within that career as well. So I always say to my students at the beginning, you know, if you leave the program and you say, I don't want to be a doctor, there's no way I can be a doctor, that's fine. That's a win for me, because at least now you've saved thousands and thousands of pounds on going to study at medical school and you can pursue a different career. So really trying to save people time and money here. Ooh, keep pressing the wrong button. Lovely. I think we're going to play some videos just so you can get an idea of what we got up to this summer. I think it's really nice to see what the students are doing themselves, and then we'll go through some simulations as well shortly so we can get a little bit hands-on.
One of the reasons we started Investin was really to help every student choose their future career and maximize their potential within that career.
We've been put through a lot of challenges in the past 10 days with the Wet Experience program, where we went across so many different places and met so many different professionals, all of this kind of cool stuff, and it's really helped me with my confidence in my public speaking.
My favourite moment of the whole experience has been building the 4-stroke one-cylinder engine.
I think my favourite moment will be the fashion show. My favourite moment has definitely been speaking to a career professional.
Absolutely, the mock murder trial. That has been probably the most fun thing.
I think if I could sort of go back to my time when I was figuring out what I wanted to do for a career, I would really appreciate being able to trial different careers and being able to just like test different things out.
So students can have a look at these specialties and see what plays to their strengths, their weaknesses, and see what they like and they don't like. I think there's nothing better than having a group of students that are really engaging.
I've really enjoyed living on the UCL campus.
The common space downstairs is amazing.
There's a park nearby and we've been playing there a lot, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun being here.
I think for a student coming from abroad to London, understand what professional life is like in one of the biggest and most important cities in the world for business is an opportunity really like no other.
Students can really build out their CV, really build out their experience, get an industry reference letter, whilst having something brilliant to put on their university and job applications for the future. And most importantly, they will have the best time of their lives and make a lot of new friends and have experiences they can find nowhere else in the world.
I did this last year and I loved it so much. I'm back again.
I would definitely recommend it. Thank you, Investin.
Nice. Yeah, we'll have a look at some student feedback too. I love the tunes on that one. I've heard it so many times.
I think Investin does a really good job of giving us an exposure to the realistic vision of what your life is going to be like if you go into this profession in the future.
It teaches you to learn about the pace of the industry and the different roles, and allows you to have more of an understanding of what it would actually be like to go into that career.
Teaching the students from a professional perspective, I think, is really valuable. It just gives them insight to what the industry is about and for them to explore it and to see whether they think it might be right for them.
when I got here and I went through the speeches and workshops, I had like a clear idea about what am I supposed to do to like get me closer to my dream.
Amazing, unique things that you can't learn in other places. Like getting the certificate to a university looks so good.
The accommodation is great. You do live life like a uni student, which I think is really enjoyable because you get to have a taste of what it really is like.
I've been telling everyone that I will absolutely be recommending this every day. There's something new. It's just amazing. Like there's no reason why anyone shouldn't come here.
I like to hear from the students directly. I feel like that is, you know, the best way to get an idea of what it's like. So ultimately, I spend the whole of summer working with students every single day, you know, working with teenagers like yourselves. And the reason why I do it is it's so rewarding to see some students will come in on day one and they'll be so shy and they're a little bit nervous and they've come on their own, they don't know anybody. And then you see them on day 10 and they're like in a massive group of friends, like having the best time. So it's very, very rewarding from my perspective as well. Nice. Does anybody have any questions about the programs? Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, Titi's got all the information. Cool. If there's no questions, we're going to go into a bit of a program taster. So I'm going to switch over to my laptop. Bear with me. Yeah, I was just going to do engineering one first, so it'll load. I don't need sound though. Difficulties? Oh, that was quite smooth. Wonderful. So, these are just some pictures from our engineer program. I think we had. Are you maybe interested in engineering, do you think? Or are those just your quiz results? Maybe. It's fine if not, don't worry. These are just some photos from our young engineer program. You saw a lot of them on the screen there earlier. The key kind of site visits that we do. We've got the airfield up in the top corner. Over here, we're looking at a water tunnel. You don't want to know how expensive a water tunnel is. It's very, very high-tech equipment. And over here is our supercar day. So on this day, they actually head over to the UK's largest collection of classic cars. It's been used in things like James Bond, lots of film sets. And then we also have Charlie Fraser here, who is a sustainability engineer. So he's got his own electric supercar that he brings in to show the students and teach them a little bit about sustainability, mechanical engineering, break down a petrol engine, lots of good stuff. But the area I'm going to talk to you about today is biomedical engineering. Does anybody know what biomedical engineering is? We heard of it before? Yeah? Got some nods? Fabulous. So these are some examples of where we might use biomedical engineering. Does anybody have a smartwatch? Anyone in this room? Shu does. Lovely. I'm thinking about getting one. A smartwatch is an example of a wearable technology that a biomedical engineer might work on. So that's quite a day-to-day use, something quite common. It's essentially the interaction between medicine and health and engineering, so science and technology. So there's lots of different areas that can be used. Other examples that are a little bit more high-tech, for example, drug delivery. So specifically now, the nanotechnology is so advanced that you can, in layman's terms, send a tiny little robot into your body and it will deliver the drug to where it needs to be. So we can get highly specialized nanotechnology to support us within the medical industry. Other examples, maybe less to do with health, more to do with performance. Things like athletes. We just had the Paralympics this last summer. So you get lots of athletes that are looking to improve their performance or perhaps work with prosthetics. So prosthetics is what we're going to focus on for the next minute or so. So there's lots of reasons you might have a prosthetic. It might be you've just got a limb difference, you're born that way. Maybe you've needed to have it amputated after an accident. But this is a little look at the technology that we have seen grow within prosthetics, within biomedical engineering. So all the way from kind of pirate peg leg over here, back in the day, all the way through to something you might see at the Paralympics. Very, very high-tech, high-performance wearable technology. And how this would work is you would have a team, as you do within medicine and engineering, multidisciplinary team with a biomedical engineer who would work with that patient, find out what's most comfortable for them, what do they need it for, are they a long distance runner, are they sprinting, and they would find out and create the best design for them. Oh, keep pressing the button the wrong way. Just another example, this one is a robotic arm. So again, a little bit more advanced. This would connect to your nerves. If anybody follows Elon Musk and his neuro technology, that's something he's looking at doing as well. So what we're going to do today is a bit of motion capture. I'm going to ask for a volunteer in a second. But the reason that we do motion capture and we do this activity on the program is that this would be something used in the consultation stage of a biomedical engineer. So motion capture, we want to understand the movement, and then we want to optimize that movement. So we need to get kind of a baseline understanding of how that person functions, and then we can test again with our intervention. Sorry, some of this is quite technical. This is an example of the motion capture. You see these people in suits before, I think that's Benedict Cumberbatch. Another example there. Thank you so much. Better. Another example there of motion capture. You can see how that works. We are going to do one that looks a little bit more like this for the purposes of biomedical engineering. Motion capture can also be used in filmmaking, in the creative arts, but we're going to use it for the engineering purposes. Another example here of somebody being analysed. Fantastic. So I'm going to ask for a volunteer. I think I'm going to need 3 people to help me set up. And we're going to go in this corner, I think, because there's a bit more space. Could I have some volunteers? Do you guys want to help me? You've just got to put a phone in a stand. That's all. Yeah? Happy to do that? Okay, fantastic. I'll give you each one of my phones shortly. And then perhaps you, young man, would you like to volunteer? Yes? Perfect. It's not really volunteering when I make people do it, is it? Let me get up our software. So this is OpenCap. It's an educational software. Oh, it's not showing. Duplicate. So we're going to use an educational software here that is designed basically, keep changes, there we go. Perfect, we can all see that. That is designed to be able to show the layers of movement. So we're going to go all the way down to the skeleton zone. And what we want to get an idea of is how somebody is moving and whether we need to optimize that. So I'm going to open up the software here. So the version we do is relatively simple. You can do it with your phone to connect. So could you scan the QR code for me? And then when you're ready, if you could pop it in the tripod at the back. And same here, scan that QR code. Perfect. So I don't know if you want to shift around slightly. Yep, all good. So it should just say, great, you can now set it up. So if you want to pop the cameras in the tripods for me. And what was your name? Rue, lovely. If Rue, you want to come along with me. So Rue is going to be our test subject. So Rue, if you could stand by this white wall. Fantastic. And then, what was your name? Grace. Sophia, lovely. Oh, my sister's called Sophia. If you want to position the tripods so that you've got Rue's full body in view. So you might want to bring them over here. Perfect. So you want two different angles. So we have one facing this way. Oh, no worries. You push this little bit out. Okay. Should be good. So you want to position it. So you're kind of this angle pointing that way, and you need the full head to toe in view. So can you see Roo full head to toe? You can tilt the cameras slightly. Now, because I've come over from the UK, I've only bought 2 tripods, but for better results, you can do this with unlimited amount of tripods. Now, Roo, I'm going to hand you this piece of paper. And this is our calibration board. So these squares here is what is going to tell the software that this is a flat surface. So I need you to hold that as flat as possible for me. Perfect. And we're going to stay still. And I'm just going to calibrate the position. Great. So we can see head to toe? Yeah? Okay. Calibrating now. We'll give it a little moment to process. And we'll hope that the internet holds up well. Ooh, the suspense. So we'll let that calibrate for a moment. And then what we're going to do next, so you can pop that piece of paper down for me. Amazing. I'll take that from you. Oh, no worries. And just stay exactly where you are. Fantastic. I am going to have to ask you a few personal questions. I hope that's okay. So we're going to add in our new subject. So Roo, is that R-U? U-T-E, Roo. Lovely. How much do you weigh, if you don't mind me asking? 62. And what's your height? 170. What year were you born in? 2009. Fantastic. And we're going to mark Roo as unimpaired. And select share no data. Fabulous. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to need you to adopt a neutral pose. So kind of like this one on the screen with your arms to the side. I know it doesn't feel very neutral, does it? As long as your hips, your shoulders and hips are in line and you've got your arms slightly there. And if you could stay very still for me. And we're going to record that neutral pose. And what that's doing is the data is going from each of the cameras. There we go, you can relax. So the data is now sending through to this software on my laptop, and it's going to generate Root's skeleton for us. Hopefully it will do it quickly. We'll give that a little second to load. But the reason that we would do this as a biomedical engineer is then the next step that we're going to do when it's processed is we can get your baseline walk. So if you think about how you walk day to day, you're just kind of walking around like this. When you get that on a skeletal and a muscular skeletal basis, and you can see maybe you're putting a little bit too much weight on one leg, or you've got pressure on your joints, on your hips, on your knees. Oh, it's loaded. Fantastic. This is Root's skeleton, everybody. Should we have a round of applause? Oh, come on. Should we have a round of applause for the fantastic volunteer? Amazing. This is really good. This is calibrated very, very well. Sometimes you see students do it and they don't calibrate it so well and they have like 1 foot through the floor. So it does take some skill. So let's do your walking. Let's try your walking now. So your baseline walk. Fantastic. So if I could ask you to step out of the view for me. Sophia, is he fully out of your camera view? Amazing. And then what you're going to do is when I say go, just walk normally across the screen. Ooh. All okay?
So you don't have to worry while Alicia sets up. Just do your normal walking, and then you two just making sure there's no changing of a tripod. That's it.
Fantastic. Okay, Ruth, are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, and walk. Lovely. Okay. And then what we're going to try as well, which is a common one when we're looking at prosthetics, is the sit to stand. So, is this all in view, this chair? Yeah? If you could take a seat for me, Ruth. Can we see full head to toe? Oh, maybe leave the camera, but if you can move the chair, can it go back at all? Or is it right up against the wall? It's a little bit out of shot. That's okay, just go back up against the wall and we'll try. If it doesn't work, that's okay. We've just got limited resources. Just about, let's give it a go anyway. So what you're going to do for me is you're going to stand up and then you're going to sit back down. That's it. It's really easy. Try not to look at all the people watching you do it. Okay. And in 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Amazing. And then we're gonna do one more for fun. If I'll take this chair back from you, and we're just gonna do a jump. So, again, no pressure. When we do this on the program, they're all in small groups, so it's not like watching one person. So this one, we're gonna do a jump. So can we see head to toe in both cameras? If not, then perfect, great directions. So you're just gonna jump for me. Just jump straight up. All right, in 3, 2, 1. Oh, that was fantastic. Stunning. Okay, brilliant. So we're gonna let those upload. One of 2 videos uploaded, and then we'll see the results. But thank you so much to my volunteers. If you'd like to take a seat. And just leave the cameras for me, Shu. They're just uploading. Thank you. Okay, cool. So we've got your walk results in. Right, they've uploaded now. Fabulous. Should we take a look at your walk? Let's see how good our calibration was. Oh, no. Something happened there. So because we've had to reset the camera and we've not put it back at the exact same angle, it's now distorted where the walls and the floor is. So it's seen it come across here. Can you see we can't see the full thing? That's why we're getting a little bit of a blip. But that's fine. It's very entertaining. Should we see it from a different angle? And let's see if your sit stand has come through as well. Okay, nice. This one was much better. Amazing. So you can see here, something we would be looking for if we were working with a patient is that even distribution of weight. So seeing if you lean to one side or the other. But Root, it looks like you're very healthy. You've got good joints. And we'll check out your jump. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that's recorded just the beginning. So I think if we look at it from this side, it's going to look like you're flying. Yep. So you can see the calibration is quite important. I would say this is our most successful one. Nice. Yeah, sure. I will show you my colleagues as well so you can get an idea. I did one of these with my colleague Richard. I think he'll be this one. And nobody would volunteer. Nobody would do it. Everybody was like this. So Richard volunteered to do it. And he is a very, very tall man. So it was really hard to fit him into the camera. But we can see Richard's one here. Again, with the calibration. So you see how both angles, you can't see his arm in this video. So that means when it translates to that, it's just imagining his arm. It's just making something up. Whereas if we had another camera and we went full circle round, you'd be able to see his arm and it would be a lot more accurate. But he got a good jump, I remember. So his jump was a lot more, there we go. You can see the little shoulder twist at the top. That's where he hits his head on the plants on the ceiling. Fantastic. Okay. So that's one of the simulations that we do on biomedical engineering. We cover a lot of different types of engineering, as I've showed you through. And what we do is the students will be in small groups doing this one. And in the other room, they'll be working with CAD software. I am not an expert in that software, so I've not done that with you today, but we have the experts come in and they design a 3D model of the prosthetic limb off the basis of this consultation. So this is the more basic element that I could do, but the experts come in and do a lot more. Lovely. Does anybody have any questions about that before we move on? All good. Thank you so much again to our volunteers. You are fantastic. Amazing. So I'm going to do one more simulation. What time are we on? Are we okay for time? Cool. Yeah, fabulous. So these are just some photos from the banking program. As you can see, there's a lot more sitting at a laptop, and that's pretty much what banking is like. You spend a lot of time at a laptop, a lot of time at a screen. But we've got some group work, some individual work, and in all of these photos, these are different days. We've got the London Academy of Trading that we showed you earlier. Some of these days are from our FinTech day. So they're designing an app. They work with our computer scientist students and our entrepreneur students, and they design their own FinTech app that they then present to the investors. We also have this lovely young chap here getting some feedback from our career coach. And over here, we're doing another trading analysis game. So in banking, is there anybody interested in banking in here? Maybe online? Business and finance. I know mine just came up as business and finance on the career quiz, which is very interesting. Essentially, in banking, there's two kind of career paths. Oh, I've gone the wrong way. There's two career paths. So you have the investment banking, the trading floor, which is what we're going to look at today. And that's all about sales. It's a bit like Wolf of Wall Street, like making those big sales, big decisions, lots of shouting, can be a little bit chaotic. And then you have corporate finance, which is a little bit more 9 to 5. That's where you get things like mergers and acquisitions. They are making the deals between, say, companies that want to buy other companies and they want to acquire assets. So those are your two life paths. So for anybody that is interested in finance, just to know that they are so different. You don't have to be a super energetic salesperson to work in finance, and you also don't have to be a very introverted Excel wizard to work in finance. You have both of those different pathways. But we're going to look at the trading floor. So I'm going to give you a bit of information before we go into the demo. So that should hopefully help you understand the demo a bit better. On the trading floor, these are your four main roles. So you have the client, which should be fairly self-explanatory. This is the person who has something we want to buy. The client is providing the service. We then have the salesperson who is making that deal, the actual person maintaining that relationship. We then have our traders, which is who you think of most often when you're thinking of investment banking, sat with all the screens, monitoring, clicking the button that's going to make that decision. And then our researchers, who are quite often looking into global events, different markets, all of the data and the science behind it. so they know the perfect time to buy and sell. Still going the wrong way. So this is a very, very important concept that you need to know if you're thinking about finance, the bid offer. Have people heard of this term before? A bid offer? No worries. So a bid offer is a concept that we use in trading. Essentially, a client will call up sales and they'll say, what's your price? And the salesperson will give them two numbers. So the prices are the bid and the offer. And the bid is the price that the trader is willing to buy. So they'll say, I will pay this amount, I will bid this much for this service. The offer is the price that the trader is willing to sell at. So the trader will say, I'm willing to sell you this for this amount of money. So those are the two differences. And the other one that we want to know is long and short. You heard of these ones? Yeah, a couple of nods here. Long and short positions. So if you hear somebody say, let's go long, Shamir, who is our boss, he founded the company, he used to be an investment banker, and you'll hear him say, go long, go long. A long trade is essentially you're buying the product or the service because you think that's going to go up in value. So you're buying it now because you think it's going to make more money in the future. A short trade, the opposite, if you want to go short, that is initiated by selling before you buy. So essentially, you owe that stock to somebody else, but you don't own it yet. That makes sense? So the reason you would make a short trade is usually because you think that's going to go down. So you're going to make a profit because you're going to buy it when it's at a lower price. Does that kind of make sense? There's absolutely no worries if it doesn't make sense. It took me a little while to get my head around it. But if you do go on the investment banker program, they're much better at explaining it than me. So again, we're going to do another quick demo. Oh, there's another one. So I'm going to open up. This is called Global Investor Sim. This is just one of the softwares we use on the program. We work with a lot of different companies, lots of different banks. We use some softwares that you use for like recruitment in top banks. But this is essentially what you might see on your screen if you were working trading the markets. So you can see, I'll just explain the different areas. So over here, we have our companies. So you can see the name of the company is on this side, like Betlink, Bevico, Insanto. These are the names of the companies. We then have the price. So this is the price of the stock. So quite a big difference in some of them. This is your plus or minus. So that's if it's going up or down. These are the key areas that you need to be looking at for this. This area here is your money. So you can see funds available. We have £1 million or $1 million. Because this one's the US markets, I believe. So we've got $1 million here. It's quite a lot of money. Quite a lot of money. And then over on this side, we have breaking news. Can anyone think why we might have breaking news on this screen? Any ideas? Yeah, exactly. So whatever comes out in the news, if you have a war going on in a country, maybe a company has like a corruption crisis, and suddenly that stock is going to drop. It's going to go low. Or you might have, say, a company has invented a new kind of technology, and that's going to go high. They're going to get loads of investment. So you need to read the breaking news, see how that affects this price, and then you can place your order. That makes sense? Cool. We're going to do a quick demonstration now. Would you be able to help me out, Shu, with placing the orders? Thank you so much. Just so I can hold this at the same time. Yeah. Fantastic. So we're going to open the markets in a second. And when we open the market, it's Monday morning. It's going to be a loud sound, potentially. Have I got my sound on? Should we go? Fantastic. Oh, the bell didn't go off. Okay, so it's 8 a.m. on a Monday. The market is open. What do we want to buy? Any initial ideas? Should we look over at the news? Okay, fantastic. So let's look at this. So pesticide drift is blamed for chemical chips. So what's happening here? I'll give it a quick read. So they're basically investigating there are unacceptable levels of pesticide in farmer chips. We think that the pesticide responsible is ricamba. So we're looking for key names here. And it's widely known that they have a tendency to volatilize, those North Foods. Okay, interesting. Seeking cost from Insanto. Does that ring a bell? Insanto's on our board. So, Insanto, up here, is currently at 179. With this news, do we think Insanto's price is going to go up or down? Down? Yeah, we think that's going to go down. So what could we do? Short. Yeah, absolutely. How much do you want to short? Let's get in there quickly. There we go. Ooh, 200,000? Short? Yeah, let's go for it. Confirm. Quick, quick, quick. Nice. Okay, fantastic. So that's gone short. So that's already down 2%. And we can keep an eye on this here. So if we check our short sales, it's still going down. That's good. That's really good. So we'll keep coming back to this. And if this starts going up again, we probably want to close that. So it's going higher. Okay. Do we want to close this or should we leave it there? So when it goes back into green, it's going to make us money. Cool. So we'll leave it there for now. We'll keep an eye on it. Should we have a look at another news story? Thank you. Oh, new news, breaking news. Roman and Steelstead found negligent after a tyre recall. So they've been neglecting it. So Roman, we've got Roman, I believe, over here. So Roman is currently down 1%. We've got faulty tyres on the car, and they're responsible for the failures. Do we think that the price is going to go up or down? Down, down again. Do we want to short it? Yeah? Okay, fantastic. Should we go 200 grand again? Or lower? What do you think? Half. Okay, 100,000? Oh, that's fine, that's fine. Let's go for, yeah, around 13,000. Lovely. Cool. And we're still keeping an eye on these. When they get green, somebody shout. Oh, should we close it? Or is it keeping going up? Close it? Okay, close it. Oh, wait. Not Roman. Oh, now Roman. What do you want, guys? What do you want? All in, close it. Oh, it's going down. Let's close it. Let's close it. Okay, fantastic. Let's keep an eye on Insanto. That's going all over the place. Right. Should we get a new breaking news? Oh, gosh, I'm getting energetic. Unused containers, a major problem for shipping companies. Interesting. So, several global shipping companies. Can we see what company this is? Can anyone see? Oslina. We've got Oslina on our board here. So we're thinking about Oslina. So apparently they have 500 empty containers in its base in Norway. So basically, if these lay empty, they're going to get fined. They're going to get more. They're going to have to pay more. The containers can't be sold on. What do we think? Is this going to go up? Is it going to go down? Is it going to stay the same? Yeah. Do you think it's going to go down? Yeah? Could potentially go down. Do we want to short if it's going to go down? We'll go with your gut. You want to short? Yeah? Let's do it. How much? We're going for, yeah, about 15,000. Let's go for that. Perfect. And then we'll keep an eye on that here. When that starts going green, somebody shout. Oh, we've shorted a lot. We've not made any investments. Should we see if there's any good news? Is there any good news? When you read the news these days, it's all negative, isn't it? What was that? Companies collaborate to achieve cancer breakthrough. Have we got a cure for cancer here? Let's see. So Japanese and Brazilian companies, Nanotech and Synvental. So we've got Synvental here, we've got nanotech here. They've invented a microchip we can insert in the brain that could be a potential cure for cancer. What do we think? Is it going to go up or down? Up or down? Up? Yeah? Okay, nice. We think it's going to go up. So we probably want to place an order. How much should we put an order in for? Do we want to go big or? Yeah, go big? Okay, fantastic. We're going big. Let's happy to confirm? Shout if you think we want to do something different. Confirm. Let's go. Right, let's have a look at our investments. How are they doing? Oh, it's going up. It's going up. That was a good call. Well done. Fabulous. So, should we have a look at another news story? How long have we got left? It's 2 p.m. So we've got 2 hours left. Not real hours, game hours. It's about 2 minutes, I think. Hop prices spiral as shortages deepen. Okay, so hops is what we use to make beer. So we've got Bevico. I believe Bevico are on our board. Keep looking at this one, by the way. If you want to sell, shout sell. So Bevico is up here. At the moment, it looks like it's going down a little bit. So basically, with Bevico, we've got stock shortages. So they're not able to purchase their hops to make their beer. What do we think? Price going to go up or down? What do we think? Up or down? You can take a guess. Short? Okay, here we go. We're looking at shorting. You got to make a quick decision in this business because there might be another news story that comes out. Oh, no. Okay. So we've not got enough funds. So we need to close one of our short sales. Let's see how they're looking. Oh, not too great. Not too great. How about Synvental? Do you want to sell this or wait a little bit? Oh, it's going up. No, it's going back down. I think we wait. As soon as this goes green, maybe we should sell because it's quite up and down, isn't it? Okay. Here we go. Sell Synvental? Yeah? Oh, no. Okay. We made profit. We made some profit. I can't tell you, so many people lose money. This is fantastic. Well done, everybody. That's brilliant. Look, you've made £5,569. I know that, yeah, in 8 minutes you have made £5,000. Well done. Genuinely well done, because most people lose money. We had one group of very, very excited young bankers. They were like this. Yes, sell short. And they lost $1 million. They lost the whole thing. They were in debt. Fabulous. Okay. Thank you so much. I think that closes up my session. I'll pass that one back along. Does anybody have any questions about not just banking or engineering, any programs at all? Or anything to do with careers in general? So as well as the programs, I am also part of the team that marks all of the UCAS papers. I go into schools and I teach career skills. So if you have any questions about careers, employability in general, I'm very happy to help. All good? No worries.
มีคำถามอะไรไหมครับคุณพ่อคุณแม่อะไรนะครับคุณแม่ข้อสอบของตัวที่จะเป็น UCAS ใช่ไหมครับอ๋อจะมีแค่ภาษาอังกฤษเลยครับคุณแม่ใช่ครับ UCAS เดี๋ยวเขาจะเป็นเหมือนเป็นเวิร์กช็อปมาให้ทำอะครับจะเป็นแบบเหมือนเป็นเวิร์กชีตเนาะแล้วก็เราก็ไปมีหน้าที่ในการไปตอบให้มันครบใช่ครับคุณแม่อะไรนะครับคุณแม่ซับมิทให้กับทาง Investin ครับคุณแม่ อันนี้จะเป็นที่คูปองทำไว้นะครับผมอือฮึ
Yeah. So this is the UCAS application portal.
เลือกนะครับแต่สามารถแอดได้นะครับเป็น Invest in Education นะครับสวัสดีครับก็จะมาแจ้งข่าวดีนะครับว่าเด็กที่ไป Summer Invest in แบบ2 วีคนะครับหรือ2 วีคพรีเมียมนะครับแล้วก็ผ่านตัวเกณฑ์การฝึกงานของเขาเรียบร้อยเนี่ยสามารถแอดประวัติการไป Invest in เข้าไปใน Education นะครับในส่วนของ UCAS ได้นะครับวิธีการทำแบบนี้ครับก็มาดูที่นะครับ Add Place of Education นะครับแล้วก็พิมพ์ชื่อลงไปนะครับ Invest in เป็นชื่อที่ไม่ได้มีให้เลือกนะครับแต่สามารถแอดได้นะครับเป็น Invest in Education นะครับจากนั้นก็ใส่ที่อยู่ของเขาลงไปนะครับแล้วก็ใส่เมืองใส่ country นะครับ exam center ตรงนี้ข้ามไปนะครับไปเมื่อไหร่นะครับสมมุติไปมาเมื่อเดือน8ปี2024นะครับแล้วก็จบเดือนไหนไป2 อาทิตย์ก็เดือนเดียวครับ8 2024เหมือนกันใส่ลงไปเสร็จปุ๊บเราไปแบบ full time หรือ part time นะครับก็เราไปอยู่ตรงนั้น full time ก็ใส่ full time นะแต่ว่าอย่างคนที่สังกัดโรงเรียนแล้วคล่อมช่วงนี้พอดีเนี่ยเราใส่ตรงนี้เป็น part time ก็ได้นะครับมันไม่ได้ติดขัดอะไรนะครับก็ลองดูในรายละเอียดอีกที Study Mode ครับไปเรียนแบบ in person นะครับจากนั้นก็ Save and Add Qualification นะครับคราวนี้แล้วการไป Invest in ตรงนี้มันได้วุฒิอะไรนะครับมาเลือกตรง All Qualification นะครับจากนั้นก็เซิร์ชนะครับคำว่า AT ขึ้นต้นครับ ATHE ก็ได้นะครับมันจะเป็นตรงนี้ครับ ATHE Level 3 Award in Work Experience and Career Planning นะครับก็เลือกเสร็จปุ๊บอันนี้คือวุฒิที่เราได้ครับจากการไป Invest in นะครับก็เลือกครับได้วุฒิมาตอนเดือน8ปี2024นะครับ Awarding Body คือ ATHE แล้วก็เป็น Level 3นะครับถ้าจบเกณฑ์เรียบร้อยก็คือ pass คือได้เกรดนะครับก็คือผ่านนะครับ Save Qualification ไปนะครับพอเสร็จปุ๊บกลับไปดูครับในประวัติ Education ของเรานะครับที่ใน UCAS ก็จะมีแล้วครับว่าเราไป Invest in มานะครับในช่วงเดือนไหนแล้วก็ได้วุฒิตัวไหนมานะครับ pass เรียบร้อยก็จะเป็นการทำให้โปรไฟล์เรานะครับดูน่าสนใจขึ้นไปอีกระดับหนึ่งนะครับนั้นใครสนใจไป Summer Invest in นะครับ2025ก็ติดต่อได้เลยนะครับผมแล้วก็ได้วุฒิได้ Experience มาใส่ไว้ใน UCAS เพิ่มด้วยครับผมขอบคุณครับ
So that is the section. Once you enter UCAS application platform, they ask you to put down find university option. They ask you to type your personal statement questions, you answer. At the same time, asking you to put down your education qualification. That is exactly the section you put down invest in because we are part of education qualification. That's where you put down your GCSE, IGCSE, A-level predicting grade. So it's put it down over there, basically.
โอเคครับก็น่าจะท้ายๆแล้วนะฮะก็น่าสนใจไหมครับตัว Summer Course ตัวนี้เนาะนะครับก็ช่วงนี้นะครับเขามีโปรโมชั่นพิเศษมาให้นะฮะก็ถ้าจองนะครับแล้วก็ Deposit นะครับภายใน31 December นี้เขามี Early Bird นะครับก็คือส่วนลดของตัวที่เป็นตัว Tuition Fee ให้ 20% นะครับก็รวมทุกอย่างหมดแล้วจะอยู่เหลือที่ประมาณ 5,520 ปอนด์ยังไม่รวมตั๋วเครื่องบินยังไม่รวมวีซ่านะครับแล้วก็ยังไม่รวมตัวที่เป็นTravel Insurance นะครับที่เหลือคือ All Everything Include นะครับก็อาหารเช้าอาหารเย็นนะครับทานที่หอพักที่แอคคอมเนาะนะครับแล้วก็อาหารกลางวันเนี่ยเขาจะมีเป็นเหมือนกิฟต์การ์ดให้นะครับก็เด็กๆสามารถไปสมมุตินะครับว่าไปซื้อที่ West Rose นะครับไปซื้อที่พวก Tesco ที่เป็นพวก Food Hall อะไรเงี้ยเราสามารถใช้ตัวการ์ดตัวนั้นใช้ได้เลยเขาจะท็อปอัพให้วันละ5 ปอนด์นะครับก็อยู่ประมาณ10 กว่าวันเนี่ยก็อยู่ที่ประมาณ 50-70 ปอนด์ช่วงตรงนั้นนะครับก็ตัวราคานะครับสำหรับ 2 weeks ธรรมดาเนาะนะครับคือ 3,150 นะครับพอลบนั่นนี่นู่นแล้วนะครับก็จะอยู่ที่มันจะเหลือพอมันรวมหมดแล้วเนี่ยครับผม 6,150 เนี่ยนะครับลดไป 20% ของ tuition fee ก็จะเหลืออยู่ที่ประมาณ 5,520 นะครับลดไปประมาณ 630 ปอนด์นะครับส่วนตัวที่เป็นพรีเมียมผมจำไม่ได้ว่ามันประมาณลดไปประมาณ 800 กว่าปอนด์นะครับก็เซซะว่าได้ตั๋วเครื่องบิน1ใบเลยกันนะครับส่วนลดตรงนั้นเนาะเพราะว่าตั๋วเครื่องบินปกติแล้วตัวเนี้ยครับผมเราจะเดินทางกันก็คือว่าเขาให้เข้าแอคคอมที่นู่นได้คือวันอาทิตย์นะครับเราจะออกจากที่นี่คือคืนวันเสาร์แต่มันก็ค่อนไปทางวันอาทิตย์แล้วเพราะว่าเราจะออกจากที่นี่คือปกติผมใช้ตัว TG นะครับก็คือ Thai Airways เนาะก็บินตรงเลย direct flight นะครับก็ออกจากนี้ประมาณตี 1นะครับถึงนู่นประมาณ 7:15 นะครับแล้วก็รถเที่ยวแรกที่ออกจากสนามบินไปที่ Garden Hall จะอยู่ที่ประมาณ 10 โมงนะครับก็ไปถึงปั๊บก็อาจจะมีแบบรีแลกซ์นิดนึงนะครับก็จะมีแบบพวกซื้อซิมการ์ดนะครับนั่นนี่นู่นนิดนึงแป๊บนึงแล้วก็เราค่อยเดินทางกันไปนะครับวันแรกจะมีแค่เหมือนกับไปถึงปั๊บก็จะเป็นแบบเหมือน welcome briefing เนาะก็คือแบบเขาก็จะมาพูดให้ฟังว่าการใช้ชีวิตที่นี่ต้องใส่แลนยาร์ดตลอดเวลานะครับแล้วก็การปฏิบัติตัวในหอพักยังไงเวลาออกไปเรียนต้องรายงานตัวกับเพายังไงอะไรเงี้ยครับผมนะฮะก็ตัว price นะครับก็จะเป็นประมาณนั้นนะครับก็คือ deposit 950 ปอนด์นะครับภายในวันที่ 31 December นะครับเพื่อที่ว่าเราจะขอสิทธิ์ตรงเนี้ยเอาไว้นะครับแล้วเขาก็จะมีส่วนลดให้อะไรให้ตรงนั้นนะครับก็เดี๋ยวเรามาว่ากันอีกทีหนึ่งตรงนั้นเดี๋ยวอาจจะส่งตามเข้าอีเมลให้คุณพ่อคุณแม่อีกทีหนึ่งนะครับโอเคมีคำถามอะไรเพิ่มเติมไหมครับก็อันนี้แชร์เพิ่มเติมนะครับจากน้องๆที่พาไปมา2ปีที่ผ่านมานะครับปี 2023 นะครับจากที่ได้ไป Investin นะครับมี1ในที่น้องได้ไปกับผมมาตรงนั้นมี13 คนนะครับ1ในนั้นก็เป็นเด็กโฮมสคูลที่เราเนี่ยแหละครับผมที่ครูตู่เราก็ได้คอมพิวเตอร์ไซน์ที่บาสไปวันแรกไปถึงปั๊บแบงค์มากไม่รู้จะเขียน personal statement ยังไงพอกลับมาเสร็จปั๊บที่ว่างไม่พอที่จะสำหรับที่จะเขียนนะครับเพราะว่าได้ประสบการณ์ได้เกี่ยวกับพวกการเขียน personal statement ใน UCAS ได้มาเพียบนะครับยังไงคืออย่างที่เขาบอกครับผมอย่างที่คุณชูกับคุณอลิเซียบอกเนาะว่าคือว่าตัวประสบการณ์ตรงเนี้ยนะครับยังไงคือมันเอามา improve application ของเราได้นะครับโอเคคำถามอื่นๆตัว UCAS ใช่ไหมครับสามารถคือเหมือนกับว่ามันเก็บได้ตลอดครับผมใช่ครับแล้วก็อันนึงนะครับผมที่มันจะมีเรื่องของ Airport Transfer เนาะนะครับของเราไปเป็นกรุ๊ปอยู่แล้วเขาเวฟให้คนละ300 ปอนด์ก็ลดไปอีก300นะครับถ้าปกติแล้วคือมันรวมแบบทุกอย่างเนี่ยมันอยู่ที่ประมาณ 6,000 เกือบ 6,500 นะครับตัวที่เป็น 2 week ธรรมดาแล้วก็ถ้าเป็นพรีเมียมก็จะประมาณ 7,550 นะครับก็ลดไปตรงนั้นอีก300นะครับก็ยังไงคือปกติครูทีจะเป็นคนนำไปอยู่แล้วนะครับปีนี้ก็เผื่อถ้าเด็กๆจะไปชวนเพื่อนๆอีกก็ได้นะครับแล้วก็หอพักเนี่ย Garden Hall อย่างที่บอกไปคือ Single en suite ก็ห้องน้ำในตัวเลยไม่ต้องไปยุ่งกับใครแล้วก็กฎของเขาก็คือห้ามเข้าห้องคนอื่นใช่ไหมต่อให้เป็นเพื่อนสนิทกันก็ไม่ต้องเข้าไปเพราะว่ามันจะได้ไม่มีปัญหาอะไรต่อนะครับครับพรีเมียมนะครับวันเสาร์อาทิตย์นะครับก็หลักๆเลยครับคุณแม่ก็จะมีคลาสที่มันเพิ่มขึ้นมาอีก15 ชั่วโมงตรงนั้นนะครับแล้วก็จะมีคล้ายๆกับเป็น education fair เล็กๆก็จะมี LSE มี Oxbridge นะครับแล้วมี LAFLA เนาะมี UAL ใช่ครับผมก็สามารถเด็กๆสามารถเข้าไปนั่งคุยกับที่เป็น admission นะครับแล้วก็เข้าไปถามอะไรแบบโดยตรงได้เลยนะครับก็ปีนี้ก็เด็กๆที่จอยตัวที่เป็นพรีเมียมเนี่ยได้อะไรบางอย่างมาที่แบบว่ามันจะเป็นสเปซิฟิกบางอย่างนะครับอย่างเช่นพวกไม่ว่าจะเป็นเรื่องของการ์ดินเนอร์อย่างที่บอกเนาะก็คือแบบเราสามารถคุยกับเอ็กซ์เพรสได้เลยนะครับแล้วก็พวกตรงเนี้ยอันเนี้ยรูปข้างล่างเนี่ยครับผมโอเคอันเนี้ยครับก็จะมีแบบเป็นเซสชั่นเพิ่ม นะครับวันนั้นพอดีเขาพาผมไปดูพอดีเลยได้เข้าไปดูก็เด็กๆก็ได้มาเรียนเพิ่มอะไรเพิ่มจากตรงนี้ด้วยนะครับก็จะมีเป็นเซกชันของทุกอาชีพมารวมกันครับก็กึ่งพวกการทำพวกเหมือนกับเป็นการบรรยายเพิ่มสำหรับการเตรียมพวก personal statement การเตรียมพวกแอปพลิเคชันต่างๆนะครับแล้วก็ตรงนี้ก็สามารถคุยกับ LSE ได้โดยตรงนะครับก็มีหลายๆมหาลัยซึ่งปีหน้าน่าจะมีเยอะขึ้นนะครับก็ไปจัดที่ LSE นะครับก็แถวที่พักเราอยู่ตรง King Cross นะครับใกล้ๆกับชานชาลา 9-304 เนาะนะครับก็จะเป็นส่วนหอพักของ UCL ทั้งหมดเลยนะครับแล้วก็แคมปัสที่เรียนนะครับจะกระจายออกไปบางเขาเรียกว่าบางโปรแกรมเนาะก็ต้องออกไปแบบไกลๆนิดนึงออกไปแอร์ฟิลออกไปที่นั่นที่นี่นะครับแล้วก็อย่าง Psychology อย่างเงี้ยปีที่แล้วพาไปเชลซีมั้งถ้าจำไม่ผิดแล้วก็ปีเนี้ยพาไปอาร์เซนอล แต่ปีหน้ายังไม่รู้นะครับจะไปยังไงเพราะว่าเขาจะเกี่ยวกับเรื่องของเอาที่ว่าเราใช้ psychology ในการมาพัฒนานักเตะนักฟุตบอลนะครับบางทีแบบสาวๆก็อาจจะไม่ค่อยอินเท่าไหร่แต่ผู้ชายเนี่ยอย่างอินเลยนะครับอะไรประมาณนี้ครับผมส่วนถ้าเป็น2 weeks standard นะครับก็วันนั้นเขาก็จะมีแบบครึ่งวันเช้าอาจจะเป็นฟรีไทม์ถึงประมาณบ่ายโมงและที่เหลือเนี่ยเขาจะมีแบบเด็กๆต้องไปรายงานตัวกับพาวหรือไม่ก็อาจจะเป็นกูทีพาออกเที่ยวพาไปเดินเล่นพาไปอะไรพวกนี้ครับผมแถวๆนั้นนะฮะแล้วก็ใกล้ๆตัวแอคคอมเนาะก็จะมีอย่าง British Museum นะครับจะมีมิวเซียมที่นั่นที่นี่เราสามารถไปได้อะไรได้นะครับช่วงซัมเมอร์บางทีทุกวันศุกร์ช่วงซัมเมอร์เขาจะเปิดถึงประมาณ3 ทุ่มก็มี British Museum ห้องนอนทุกห้องไม่มีแอร์ครับแอร์คอนไม่มีครับผมนะครับถ้าร้อนนะครับก็แนะนำว่าอาจจะพัดลมนะครับถ้าติดพัดลมตัวเล็กๆไปได้นะครับ a little fan is okay นะฮะนะครับก็พวกอย่างนั้นน่ะถามว่าร้อนไหมอยู่ที่ปี2 ปีที่ผ่านมาด้วยกันคุณแม่อุณหภูมิอยู่เฉลี่ยเนาะประมาณ14 องศาครับผมไม่ร้อนไม่หนาวจนเกินไปนะฮะกลางคืนเปิดหน้าต่างนอนกำลังดีครับผมอ๋อแล้วก็ที่ Garden Hall อะครับผมตรง Common Room ข้างล่างอะครับผมตรงที่เป็นพวก Register ของเขาเนี่ยนะครับแล้วก็ข้างล่างที่เป็นโรงอาหารมีแอร์มีแอร์ติดหมดนะครับหนาวเลยแหละถึงขั้นว่าแบบต้องใส่เสื้อนิดนึงอะไรประมาณเนี้ยครับYep ก็มีจากที่สัมภาษณ์กันปีที่แล้วนะครับพอดีคุณทีเป็นคนสัมภาษณ์เองแหละ กับน้องๆแล้วก็คุณชูก็สัมภาษณ์เป็นเวอร์ชันภาษาอังกฤษเนาะคุณทีก็สัมภาษณ์เป็นเวอร์ชันภาษาไทยครับได้แค่อันเดียวอ๋อที่จริงอย่างอื่นๆก็มีครับผมอย่างถ้าเราไปจอยตัวอื่นมาอะไรมาเนี่ยก็สามารถใส่ได้มันก็จะเป็นเหมือนเป็นประวัติทาง education ของเราหรือประวัติทางพวกอ่ที่เป็นตัวการทำกิจกรรมหรืออะไรประมาณเนี้ยครับผมประมาณนั้นใช่ครับ
Hello, morning.
Okay, English is okay.
Hello, everybody. So I'm Sue. I'm from Investin. Today we have the pleasure to have our current Thai students.
อันนี้จากน้องๆที่ไปกับครูทีปีที่แล้วเนาะ
Join the Investing Industry Immersive Program at UCL this summer, 2024. So I know everybody is be very, very, very curious about what do they really get. So we're going to ask them some of the questions. But before that, all the questions will hopefully helping you answer some of your queries. Okay. So thank you very much for all being here. So the question one I would like to ask you is why do you choose Investing in the first place?
I chose Investin because it makes me have the opportunity to choose the career that I want to take, such as entrepreneur, because I want to they dive into like the more complex course.
Good. The reason I choose Investin is because I wanted to know about engineering, which is what I currently chooses, and I think it's a very good idea.
I chose Investin because I wanted to see if the career that I was going to go into was actually the right one for me. In my case, it was entrepreneur. And I just wanted to see what you do on a daily basis or if that I was going to go into was actually the right one for me. In my case, it was entrepreneur. And I just wanted to see what you do on a daily
I think it's a very good idea.
I chose Investin because I wanted to see if the career that I was going to go into was actually the right one for me. In my case, it was entrepreneur. And I just wanted to see what you do on a daily basis or if I actually really liked it or not. And yes.
Cool. So what do you think as an industry expert throughout these days, the first week, you've been through day 1 to day 5 now. Tell me which one is the session you like the most.
Probably the Dragon's Den because you get to present your like invented product.
ไม่ค่อยได้ยินนะครับก็เดี๋ยวยังไงเดี๋ยวอาจจะส่งไปให้ในอีเมลอีกทีหนึ่งเนาะนะครับแล้วก็ถ้าวันนี้นะครับน้องๆสนใจเนาะนะครับก็ติดต่อทางครูทีได้อีกทีหนึ่งนะครับแล้วก็ถ้า make decision เลยก็บอกมาได้เลย นะครับเพราะว่าเดี๋ยวจะมีต้องกรอกรายละเอียดอะไรพวกนี้เพิ่มนะครับแล้วก็อ่าเผื่อจะได้จองไฟลท์ตอนเนี้ยห่วงก็คือขากลับเริ่มมาแล้วครับเริ่มแบบเต็มขึ้นไปแล้วตัวไฟลท์ขากลับนะครับเพราะว่าช่วงขากลับเรากลับประมาณวันที่9กลางคืนกำลังคิดอยู่ว่าน่าจะเป็นไฟลท์3:30ออกจากนู่นนะครับถึงนี้ประมาณบ่าย3บ้านเราหรือกำลังจะคิดอยู่ว่าถ้าจะออกจากนู่นเที่ยงครึ่งมันจะมาถึงนี่ตอน6โมงเช้าบ้านเรากำลังคิดอยู่ว่าจะเป็นไฟลท์ไหนนะครับแต่ว่าไฟลท์ไปเนี่ยน่าจะเป็นกลางคืนตีหนึ่งไปวันที่27ตุลาลูก27ตุลา2025กลับวันที่9ออกัส2025นะครับก็ไฟลท์อย่างที่บอกไปใช้ TG นะครับหรือไม่ก็ถ้าใครอยากจะไปเองบางทีแบบคุณพ่อคุณแม่จะไปส่งน้องๆนะครับก็สามารถทำได้นะครับก็บางบ้านก็อย่างเช่นว่าคุณพ่อคุณแม่ไปส่งแล้วก็กลับพร้อมครูทีหรือไม่ก็คุณพ่อคุณแม่ให้ไปกับครูทีก่อนแล้วคุณพ่อคุณแม่ไปรับก็มีเหมือนกันเนาะนะครับโอเค any question ครับมีคำถามอะไรอื่นๆไหมมีคำถามอะไรเพิ่มไหมอย่างปีที่ผ่านมาเนาะอย่างเอา2023ที่ผ่านมาด้วยกันมีรุ่นพี่เราเนี่ยแหละนะครับก็ที่เคยไปจอย Investin เนี่ยรุ่นนั้นได้บาสคนหนึ่งตอนนี้มีเป็นแคนดิเดตเนาะกำลังยื่นเข้าออกซฟอร์ดคนหนึ่งนะครับอีกคนหนึ่งรู้สึกจะเข้าไม่ Imperial ก็ Cambridge นะครับเป็นฝาแฝดกันอยู่ชอสบรีนะครับมอสกับมิลก็กำลังคนหนึ่งเนี่ยที่จะยื่นออกซฟอร์ดเนี่ยก็คือเขาจะไปทางสายพวก Biomedical Science นะครับแล้วก็อีกคนหนึ่งจะไปพวกสายEngineering นะครับแล้วปีนั้นได้คอมพิวเตอร์ไซน์ที่บาร์นะครับได้เดอแรมนะครับที่เป็นพวก Psychology เนาะ Politics อะไรประมาณนี้ครับผมแล้วก็จะมีคนหนึ่งได้ Finance ที่ Leeds อีกคนหนึ่งได้ Finance ที่ Manchester ก็จะเป็นตัวท็อปนะครับอย่าให้เสียชื่อนะรุ่นนี้ ใช่ไหมนะครับเนาะเดี๋ยวเรามาลุยกันนะครับโอเค any question ครับมีคำถามอีกไหมเอ่ยโอเคถ้าไม่มีแล้วก็วันนี้นะครับก็ขอบคุณท่านผู้ปกครองทุกท่านนะครับผมที่ให้เวลาเนาะสลับเวลามานั่งฟังกันนะครับหวังว่าอาจจะเป็นหนึ่งในช้อยส์ที่เด็กๆไปกันได้นะครับแล้วก็มันมีประโยชน์ต่อเด็กๆทุกคนจริงๆนะครับโอเคขอบพระคุณมากๆเลยครับผมสวัสดีครับ Thank you so much Chu and Alicia. Yep.